Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode in the series in which we celebrate the extraordinary Chaka Khan and especially her collaboration with one of the greatest producers of our time, which is Arif Martin. And today I'm going all the way back to the very first solo album that Chaka made, entitled Just Plain Chaka. And we're going to start by listening to the very first cut of that song, which is a phenomenal now world success. It's universally known, but that wasn't the case at the time. So let's just listen to I'm Every Woman. Version is a little bit more of the time of 1978. Chaka Khan's voice is just so superb that once it was put on, you just knew that that was going to be the way it would be sung forever. It was covered numerous times. Written by Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson, the extraordinary composers who worked so much for Diana Ross, The Boss, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough, among others. Just an amazing song. So now let's move on to the second song, which is going to give us a little bit more of the feel of the entire album, because I'm Every Woman really stands out. So Love Has Fallen on Me really gives you the feel of the album and the feel of the style of Chaka Khan once she breaks away from Rufus, because Chaka Khan has the jazz vibe and the deep feel, but also there's a lot of energy and movement which brings her into the dance. Now this is a 1978 album going into 1979. It was released in October. It was not the huge hit that we can imagine now that we know how the song I'm Every Woman performed, but it did certify gold. It sold 500,000 copies at the time, and again it charted in all sorts of different charts. So it did very well on R&B, but it charted on other charts as well. Always with Chaka Khan, she goes into the jazz range as well as the rock, and then of course the dance and R&B. So now we're going on to Roll Me Through the Rushes. I just want you to listen to a very particular part of that song, which I just adore, and all of the arrangements are done by either Chaka Khan or by Arif Martin, especially for anything that is chords and all the trumpets. So it's so important, because I said that in some of my videos. Arrangers hardly exist anymore, and at that time, up until the 80s, when the synth came in, there were musical arrangements were listed, credited on albums, And sometimes I would hear music and I would say, God, it's the way they use the violins or the way certain horns are being played. And it was always when they had people who were specialists of arrangements, and orchestral arrangers are just extraordinary. So let's go on, third song.
Just like Moses, roll me through the rushes, guide me to the new woman who waits. Current leave me on the banks by the cottage where we will dine with silver cups and golden plates. Roll me through the rushes like Moses.
So on this song, what is extraordinary as well is the way the vocals are arranged. Now, Chaka Khan does a lot of her back vocals, but you have such an orchestra here, and you have Luther Vandross, you have Cissy Houston, you have all of these incredible vocalists who work alongside Chaka Khan, never overpowering, and so it allows for this incredible ballad. By the way, so excited to talk about this album. I forgot to tell you, I am back in the Canary Islands. You know how much I adore these islands, and especially Playa del Ingles. So I wanted to show you my view from the balcony. I'm on the 8th floor of a hotel, and it's just wonderful because I have an ocean view. It's pretty rare. This hotel is semicircular, so you get a bit of the town or the beach, and I'm right in the middle of the hotel, so I have both. And it is right now the beginning of Winter Pride. There's a lot of people and a lot of parties, and the beaches are really crowded, but it's fine. People are very respectful, and you're able to really enjoy. I'm getting a tan. I swim every single day and walk along the beaches, so I'm having a great time, and it's a great break before the winter.
Tonight there'll be no more quarreling. We'll shut out the lights, close our eyes. I don't know how this started. I don't know why we fight. I apologize for all the unkind things I said to you. Why can't
I've been listening to this album the whole time I've been here in order to cover it, and this is one of those songs that just, you walk down the street or you walk along the waters, and just everything, there's such movement in the song, such beautiful rhythm. Everything you see in nature follows the rhythm of that song. Sleep on It is just absolutely gorgeous. And now we're moving into Life is a Dance, which was a huge hit, and then it was also the title of her album that was a remix project. So extremely funky, has a little bit reminiscent of Rolls Royce Car Wash. It has that kind of a beat to it, almost a bit of a rap. Very powerful, and just makes you want to move. Now we move on to the following song, which is my favorite song. It's a duet with the extraordinary George Benson, and their both voices work so well together. And like I said before, Chaka Khan, when she duets with a man, it's incredible because her voice can go super high and super deep. She could almost do the male and the female voice. And this song is just absolutely gorgeous. My favorite song on the album.
Don't try to hide that smile. I know that's on your face.
And when you stare at me, I look the other way.
And we won't give away what we know from the start. We've got that love in our heart.
As sure as that nose on your face,
We were
made for each other's arms. Just as one and one make two,
You were made for me.
I was made for you.
That little flute that just goes, just absolutely just mesmerizing. One thing that's so important in a duet is when there's no competition, you know, when they're not trying to overshadow the other artist. And here you have the perfect example. They're singing, they sound like they're in love, like they're sharing the song completely, and it's just an absolute gem. Go on to the following song.
They say that love is a heaven sent. Well, I guess they told another lie. How can you be a part of me? You can't even look me in my some love. You know, it brings me down, down, down.
Another funky tune, Some Love, and reminds me a lot of the work that Quincy Jones did on The Wiz, especially the musical number that was called Puppies. It has that same little trumpet, that little almost child toy-like trumpet that you can hear. And again, this is where Chaka Khan excels, when she's just giving it very, very raw, very tough, absolutely stunning. Next song, A Woman in a Man's World, can completely change the tune, completely change the style, and we're going to something very, very deep. So a lot of melancholy in that song, even though it's a very moving number, very dance oriented. It's extremely melancholic, and her vocals just absolutely stunning. We continue towards the end of the album with the message in the middle of the bottom.
There's a special time for loving and another time for
fabulous song as well, really, really great. And this is where you realize that what I adore about Chaka Khan's albums, there's never ever any filler. Every single song is powerful, every single song is a message, and there's really incredible power and great material that is collected. And again, the work of Arif Mardin and the collaboration between the two is very sensible. And now we're finishing with a song which is Stevie Wonder's "I Was Made to Love Her," and of course it was we changed the title slightly to arrange it to be sung by a woman, and it's called "I Was Made to Love Him." And what can I say? A Stevie Wonder song it's got Stevie Wonder in its DNA. Let's just listen to a little bit.
My mama boo-hooed, but I told him time and time again. Don't you know I was made to love him with my world all around him? He's been my inspiration, shows appreciation for the love I gave him through the years. Learn to let love tree, my love blossoms tenderly. My life grew sweeter through the years. I know that my baby loves me, my baby needs me, and that's why we made it through the years. I was made to love him with my world all around him.
Now, what's fabulous is the way Chaka Khan appropriates this song, but there's also something universal about the work of Stevie Wonder, which is that it's I always say masterpieces are very easy to understand and extremely complex. They can be heard in the prism that you can listen to it without really putting much thought or really the complexity of the music. And here you realize how Chaka Khan, with her deep tones, begins, and when you hear it, you recognize it immediately. But then she takes on her Chaka Khan-esque style, where she puts all the voices and her voice goes so high. It's just absolutely magnificent. Well, listen, I hope you will give this album a listen. This was the most appropriate setting, because when you see the album cover, she is drenched in sunlight. She's also wearing that beautiful hat and just enjoying the sun against the white, the terracotta wall. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's a very summery album, and I really hope you give it a listen. I'll see you next week with another one of Chaka Khan's album, and one of that I love among her incredible collection. I'll see you next week. I'll be back in Paris, unfortunately.